What's happening? What's up, guys? October 28th, Monday Night Football tonight. We got the Steelers. We got the Giants. If you like football as much as I do, we're going to watch the game, right? I mean, I don't know it's going to be a great one or not, but it's still football. You never know. You never know. Danny Dimes could have a good game. We'll see what happens. We will see. Russell could start throwing some moonshots again. We will see. See what's going on. Hope everyone's doing well. We've been doing good on these streams. We've been winning. What's up? What's up? We've been winning. Let's go for 5 streams in a row here. See if we can do it. 5 in a row, baby. Let's see. I'll show you guys what we got going on real quick. Show you guys the Sharp app, Discord. Let me put the invite for our free Discord like I always do. Here we go. Make sure you're following me on X. I dropped the protected play right now that I put on the video for the NBA tonight. I dropped that in there, and if anyone reposts it and we win, I will give someone $100. So just repost the X play, the protected play off my Twitter, and if we win, I'll send someone $100 on Cash App. So why not? If we win 2,500, I'll send you $100. I'll send somebody $100. Free Sharp app Discord link. Here it is. There we go. All right. So what do we got going on? Let me know what you guys want to see tonight. If you got anything you like specifically, but we're going to put together some slips. Yeah, same thing, Underdog and Prize Picks. And let me see here. I saw someone just reposted. Cool. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about on X. If you didn't watch the video, I just dropped it on X for you. It's a protected play for Prize Picks has a protected play today for $25. Pretty cool because I'm usually limited to $5, and they're giving me a $25 protected play, so I will take it. So I just posted on X, and then said if it hits tonight, anyone that retweets this and drops their Cash App, retweets it, I will pick somebody and send them $100 if we win. So I like this slip. You never know. Get a free $100. There you go. Cool. So that taken care of. Just drop the parlay play flash discount. They got a Tatum discount right now. So I just dropped that in our free Discord with what's his name? Darnell Washington of the Steelers for over 7.5 yards there. And that one, hopefully you guys can get that. If you don't have parlay play, you can always use my code. But like I said, you should always have all the apps so you can get these discounts because they're throwing money at us. Another one, if you're not in our Discord, is Sleeper. It's the Equinox today. It's a sports Equinox. We got all 4 sports going tonight. Does not happen often. All 4 major sports: NHL, NBA, NFL, and MLB. So all you have to do is play a $1 play with each sport, and Sleeper is going to hook us up with a $20 protected play tomorrow. So make sure that you get on that play if you can. Whoops. or get on any play if you can for $1 so that you get a $20 protected play tomorrow, because I'll make sure to put one out for us. And then what else? What else we got? We got Vivid Picks. They put out like 4 discounts tonight, one from each sport. So we got Malik Neighbors and Stephen Castle, or Stefan Castle again. Stefan hit for us the other night, so we're rolling with him again. And then Better, of course, another one. Wandale Robinson. I took him under longest catch of 15.5 yards. He's only been over this one game so far this year. He always catches the ball like around the line of scrimmage. So I really like this play with Wandale tonight, under 15.5 yards as the longest catch. I mean, maybe he breaks one because he does, he does get 5 or 6 catches, but he just doesn't, he's not that explosive. Like he's catching it right around the line of scrimmage. Usually a lot of bodies around there, and he's only broken one time over that. So definitely like that. And then we got a Boom Fantasy and Sports Predictor discount right now with Dangerous Russell Wilson. So we took the over on Danny Dimes, over 25.5 rushing yards. I expect him with TJ Watt and stuff to be running tonight a little bit. His job's on the line. A little bit. He got benched, right? So he needs to make it happen one way or another. And I think he's going to take off and run the ball tonight. So and then the free play I put out on X, as well as another one on my Instagram, on IG at the Schwami408. Make sure you get those. And then hopefully you didn't miss last night's stream, because we're hitting on every single stream, and we hit the underdog. We didn't hit on Prize Picks, but we hit the underdog slip. George Kittle over 2.5 first downs, Zeke over 7.5 rush attempts, and then Jalen Tolbert over 36.5 yards. We hit it because that's what we do. And obviously we're not going to, 2 out of 2. That would have been nuts with the way we were rolling. I wouldn't be surprised if we did that, but I mean, we can't really expect that, because that is just too crazy if we can't hit every play, right? All right. Actually, I'll show you what we got over here too. So also, I put this in our pro section, guys. I put out the we got a discount. I took Anthony Davis. He looked like the best discount tonight on Underdog. So if you're not a pro subscriber, this is what I selected. I selected Anthony Davis, and then I took Achane over 51.5 rushing yards. I know it's all the way till Sunday, but with Tua back, I mean, he's running the ball. He had like 90-something, almost 100 yards. So this number is just ridiculously low. So and then the Anthony Davis one is really good as well. So I'm taking this because this baby is a lock pretty much. So I'll take the free money, why not? So if you want to roll with that with me. And then we got the Sports Predictor. I took Singletary under 8.5 rush attempts, and then Walker Buehler under 14.5 outs with the Russell Wilson. Their own Sports Predictor is owned by Boom Fantasy. If you need any links or anything, I can send them to you. And then Vivid, man, they're putting out lots of discounts, and they're letting us $15 picks, man. So you can't beat that. Giancarlo Stanton, half a run hit and RBI, plus Tyrone Tracy. His number keeps going up, his receiving yard number, because they think they're going to be behind tonight. So over 11.5 receiving yards for Tyrone. So we took that. And then I think this is the last pick from today that I put out in the pro section was Connor McDavid over 2.5 shots on goal with Jaylen Warren over 30.5 rush yards. All right. So those are hooking you guys up with some pro picks in the pick'em section. Let's see here. Let's see. Who do we got on the stream? Got some more people. Be quick. Darnell Washington was being taken down at some books. Yeah, I saw him. I saw him also at 8.5. Like his number is definitely going up because what did he have the other night? He had some pretty good yardage. I mean, he had like I think he had like close to 40 yards or something like that. So 7.5, that's one catch, right? And Russell Wilson was definitely looking his way to the tight end. He likes to throw to the tight end. So where do we go first? Where do we go? Do we go to underdog? Do we go to prize picks? Let's see. Let's see. What do you guys want to see? Prize picks, underdog. Let's we got Sharp 2.0 that just got released. Sharp 2.0 beta. I can show you what we got going on over there real quick. I know we're on a little bit early, not really, but let me pull up the Proptimizer. We'll see what we got going on. And see what we got going on. All right. So we'll probably go to prize picks first, I think. So we got Sharp 2.0 just released. And take a look here. We got over 60 books on the Sharp 2.0 beta. So we got a discount right now for you guys if you want that. It's links in my bio for X. And you can also get 2 months free if you don't have prize picks, sleeper, or underdog. Just use my code, make a deposit, and then send me proof. I'll get you a code for 2 free months of Sharp Pro, the app that pays for itself. So let's see, what do we got? So the top props on the board right now are, we got Devin Singletary over 7.5 receiving yards. Now we look at the last 3 games, and that he hasn't really been the pass catcher. It's been Tracy, right? Devin Singletary, he only had like what did he have actually as far as rushing attempts? He seems like his rush attempts have gone down as well. I don't know, maybe that's because they've been behind, but you would think that they would throw him the ball a little bit more, but for whatever reason he is projected at 8.5 tonight, and we're getting some value at 7.5 on Singletary on prize picks right now. So that's a potential play right there. Do we like that? What do you guys think? Where's Dom XB? Dom XB told me to hit him up if he's not on here. All right. So Singletary over 7.5 yards. That could be a potential play. We already have Darnell Washington out there. Let's filter this to NFL. Darius Slayton. So if you guys are a pro member and you see this, like this is generally a fade for me if we have under 25.5 receiving yards, as that's what it's telling us to do, because the consensus on the books is under 24.5. But our Sharp app model is very, very sharp, and we're projecting them actually over. But we end up rolling with the books here because there's some really sharp books that have a lot more money than we do. So that is just generally a fade. I always like to go with the Sharp app projection, but if it doesn't line up with the sports books, I just kind of fade that one. That's why I'm skipping over Darius Slayton. And so Devin Singletary lines up though over 7.5 receiving yards. We're lining up because he's projected at 8.5 on the Sharp app, and then about the same on the sports books here too. So that one looks good, but I don't love the last 3 games here, right? I don't love the way he's trending. You know, he doesn't always, players don't always have to trend in that direction. However, it's not looking good for Mr. Singletary. I mean, Tyrone Tracy looks like the more explosive back when you watch them and you watch them, you know, there was running backs catch the ball. Tracy looks more explosive. So I'm not sure about that. So what else do we got? We got Jaylen Warren over 13 and a half receiving yards. So he was injured. He was injured, and then I feel like, yeah, that's what those 2 games were. And Singletary probably too. This is the new, I have to look at our original OG, because this is our beta Proptimizer, and I don't believe that it's showing that these players were injured. So our Proptimizer, our normal one, just has those basically gone if a player doesn't play. So I have to get used to the new Proptimizer here, because that 0, I think, means that they were actually not playing. So Singletary could potentially have not been playing in those games, but he's gone anyway. So I'm guessing that it got bumped. No, didn't get bumped. Okay. So let's be quick. Oh, you already wrote that about Darnell Washington. Okay. So I'm going to roll over to our OG Proptimizer real quick, because I want to make sure we can get this dialed in. Yeah, so if we pull up Singletary, he looks like it's not the last 3 games. Like, yeah, so he was out, let's see, 2 of those games. So it's really just the last game that he didn't hit. So I feel better about that Singletary play. So let's roll with Singletary over 7.5 yards. We're getting some value there. If you are watching this and you're not on Twitch, you're getting a little bit of a delay. Just a heads up. I always like to tell you guys that, because we get these plays bumped from time to time on the stream, because either people are ahead of me pressing the button, or it just, you know, there's other people making the play and then Prize Picks bumps it. And if you're watching on X or YouTube, you're delayed, so you're basically probably not going to get the play. So I always recommend you watching on Twitch if you can, because they have less lag on their stream. Twitch is a pretty cool deal they got. So, all right. So we're going over to Prize Picks. We're going with Singletary over 7.5 yards, and let's go back to the Proptimizer. Let's see what else we got. What else do we got? All right, so we got Singletary here. We took that. And Slayton, we don't love. Jaylen Warren, we could take. He's hit 4 out of 5 games, but it's really looking like it's going to be a push, right? We're projecting him at 2, so that's not great. I've taken Russell under 206 yards, so I don't love playing the same play twice. Jaylen Warren, though, we could take over 13.5 yards. Who's kind of in the doghouse, I feel like, for fumbling in one of these games. Van Jefferson, just talking out loud here. All right, got that. So we may end up having 2. Looks like Boswell just popped up here. We may have to start looking at some fantasy lines or some first half lines here, because I'm not sure. Nothing's like popping out at me as far as the rest of the plays go. other than Singletary here. So I guess we'll do another 4-pick on Prize Picks, and then we will roll with probably a 3-pick on Underdog. So we'll roll over to the Proptimizer. Took off Singletary. Does that mean there's no edge anymore? Where did he? Let me see. He's still there. He's at the top, over 7.5. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened, if it was just refreshing, but he's up here. Still good. We're good. We good. We good. Dak Prescott. Oh, the new version. Yeah, we're still in beta over there. That's why I hopped over to this one. I don't know. There should still be an edge. I mean, I can pull up DraftKings and just make sure real quick that he's not pulled off the board. But if we go to DraftKings, take a look at Devin Singletary receiving props, Singletary receiving yards. Make sure he's still on there. And he's receiving yards. Yeah, he's still there. He's at 8.5. So we're still getting that value. So we're good. We good. So let's go back over to Prize Picks, guys. And his rushing yards propped up now. That's cool. We could take a look at his rushing props as well. I mean, that's why we do this now, is because, yeah, once the actives, inactives come out, like, more stuff will start to pop in the Proptimizer once, you know, these actives and inactives come out, and then the lines start to move a little bit. But yeah, his rushing attempts under 8.5. We're projecting him at 7 rush attempts. So the under 8.5 is good. I played that on that sports predictor play already, but we might do that one again. We could do that on another slip. So yeah, but let's take a look at we're rolling with the over on the receiving yards, because, you know, they're most likely going to be behind, and Singletary usually catches the ball out of the backfield. So he's going to be the main, you know, he's the main back. So let's take a look here. We'll see. Let's take a look at targets. Do they have targets tonight? Receiving targets? They do. Cool. So the play output on X today, we had 7.5 targets for Pickens. He's up to 8. Wandale is always a good one. We could potentially take him. Let's see what they got him at on Underdog, just to see if we can get any value over here, if they even have targets. They don't. So, but we could potentially, I kind of like the over for Wandale, because I know Malik Neighbors is back, but the Steelers are a good defense, right? And they're going to be all over him. Danny Dimes does not want to force the ball into Malik Neighbors and throw a pick. His job is not that secure at this point. I mean, I forget who they have behind him, but he was put on the bench last week, right? So he's got to be careful with the ball. I know he's got to make some plays, but he's got to be careful too, right? So I'm down for the over on receiving targets for Wandale Robinson. We can roll with that. I mean, he's hit that also, even with Neighbors back, and Neighbors he got hurt on the 22nd. He was back on this game, but he still was over on both of those games. So we can roll with Wandale over, because I think 7.5 might be a little bit low there. I could see him getting 8 to 10 tonight. So that's not bad. Not bad at all. The receiving targets are always good. And then we can roll over to, if we don't see anything else here. Do I like Wilson under 205? Yes, I do. I do. So I don't know if you hopped on a little bit late, but we did play some We did play some Russell under 205. I've played him under 18 and a half completions, and I also played him under 206 yards already. What's happening? What's happening? So I don't love to play, the same play twice if I don't have to, because I don't want to get burned. And I just don't know, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, is Russ going to cook, man? You never know with that guy. Like, I had the under on him in his first game back, and he came out like he was throwing the ball like to Pickens. He was just throwing it up in the air, and Pickens can catch it. So what if he does that again? Like, I just don't want to put all my eggs in that Russell Wilson basket, because I mean, he is a Hall of Famer. I don't, what if he gets like a Jim Plunkett, probably not as old as I am, but Jim Plunkett like came to the Raiders in the mid 80s and early 80s actually, and it was like a resurgence of his career. So we don't really know what's going to happen with Russ yet. So that's kind of my thoughts on that. But I do like the under. Yes, I do like that. So let's take a look at the first quarter props. I am kind of liking, I was just going to say, I was going to look at the over on the first quarter. We've been burned, but I told you guys last night that CD, I kind of liked that, but I didn't pull the trigger because we have been burned on first quarter props, and those can just kill our whole slip right away. But they looked good for CD last night, and it looks good for Neighbors as well, because it's really just one catch, and the guy's projected for like at least 6, but we got him at 12.5 on Prize Picks. We got him at 11.5 on Underdog. So if I'm going to take him, I'm going to take him on Underdog. I'm not taking him over here if we get a yard over there, right? So we're not going to do that because we get the value over there. But I do kind of like I said, Danny Dimes. This, we could look at this here. That's probably going to nerf us though, huh? Is it going to nerf us if we do more on Danny Dimes? Is that going to, yeah, that's going to give us a 2.5 times instead of, because we're getting his pass catchers. So unfortunately, we might have to play that one as well. If we're going to do Danny Dimes first quarter props, we might have to, well, if we do Neighbors over there as well. Yeah, it gets tough with the pass catchers and the quarterback because it messes with our multiplier. So is there a certain range I'm looking at between Prize Picks and Sharp App projections? Is there a range? I mean, I'm looking at like 54% odds to hit or greater in the green on the Proptimizer. And then I'm just looking for value, right? So I'm looking for value. So like right now we got value on Singletary at 7.5 receiving yards. He's at 8.5 everywhere else. So the value is on the range. I mean, I'm looking for like a yard usually, So right now it's only at 8.5 on the Sharp App projection. It's at 8.5 yards. That's what we're projecting him for. So a lot of times that's how tight it is, But everywhere else has the line at 8.5. So we're getting a yard of value. So I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if this bumps before we even make the play because of that. Russell Wilson rushing yards. What was he at last? What was he doing last time? Is he have to go to Russell Wilson 15.5? I mean, he played the Jets and they got a good D, better than the Giants, and he only ran for 3 yards. I mean, he's older, I'm not in love with that. I mean, the Giants defense is okay, but I don't love it, He's doing fine passing it and handing it off to, he's got 2 decent running backs. I mean, so If it was the other way around, though, I like Danny Dimes' rushing yards better though with T.J. Watt and what's his name, whatever his name is, but I like his rushing attempts better, or his rushing yards better. So let's see, Prize Picks 15.5 yards, Sharp app projected at 17. Yeah, it is hard to tell exactly. We don't have a lot of data either, so I don't love, it's tough. It's tough. So let's go to we did first quarter. What was I looking at here? Got sidetracked for a second. So we definitely need a stealer, right? And then we need a stealer, and we need one more. So we need two more players. So let's look at these first half props, see if we can find any value. The kickers, for whatever reason, those guys get they get nerfed. I mean, and we can't do the QBs because we could do Russell, but we can't choose Danny Dimes because that's going to mess up our multiplier. So what do we like, guys? What do we like? What do we like? It's going to be a low-scoring game, so we do know that. Neighbors 7.5. Interesting for the first half. Rush yards. Do we have any first half rush yards for? There we go. Najee under 33.5 rush yards. Singletary under 15.5. He's only projected for. We already have Singletary, but we could play that on. Let's see what Underdog has. I'm just going back and forth, but we're gonna have to make something quick here. Sorry, I was trying to answer too many questions here. Now we're running out of time, man. Running out of time. All right. Darnell Washington. We already played him over 7.5 on parlay play. So yes, I do like him. I put that play out on the Sharp app though. So fantasy score. We'll pull up fantasy score real quick. And sorry, I'm going back and forth. So sorry if I don't answer all the questions, but we got to make a play. All right. Fryermuth, fantasy score 7.1 against the Jets. Pickens, 22. What do we see here? Tyrone Tracy, 6.2. Warren, Wandale Robinson. What do we think, guys? What are we thinking? Do we think Danny Dimes comes out and has a good game, to save his job, right? No. To me, it looks like Slayton is not going to have a good game, so I'm down to take the less on fantasy score with Slayton. I don't know that he's going to throw it downfield, and I think, he's going to go to Wandale and Malik Neighbors, it looks like. 6 is a low score, but I think that I kind of like that. And I also think 9 is a little high for Jaylen Warren. On the other hand, I don't think he's not the touchdown guy. That's going to be Najee in the trenches there, and they're not even really throwing to him to a ton. So this is going to be our slip right here. I'm going to pull up the comments to see Najee receiving yards over. Let's see what do they have on the Proptimizer. So we'll take a look at that on Underdog. We're going to roll over to Underdog, but I think this is going to be the play for Prize Picks right here. So we got 3 Giants and a Jaylen Warren. So Devin Singletary over 7.5 receiving yards. Wandale over 7.5 receiving targets. Darius Slayton under 6 fantasy score. And then we're going to roll with Jaylen Warren under 9 fantasy score. Damn, that seems high for Jaylen Warren. It just does. I like it. So, how much? Why is this only a 5? Hold on, guys. Hold on. Why is it? Oh, it's saying flex play. Okay. I don't know why it's selecting flex play for me. Cool. So we're 10 times play here, right? So hopefully you guys got that. Let's lock it in because we got about 13 minutes to get in underdog play. So that's going to be our prize pick slip. Again, I'll say it one more time. Warren under 9 fantasy score. Darius Slayton under 6 fantasy score. Wandale over 7.5 targets. And then Singletary over 7.5 receiving yards. That's where we got some value with Singletary. Cool. So I'll take a look at those other plays on underdog you guys are talking about. Najee over receiving yards. Does he have receiving yards over here? He's got longest reception. I don't see. Gotcha. 10.5. He didn't get any catches last game against the Jets either. But I don't see receiving yards for him on here. And if we go to the Proptimizer, let me see. I don't know if because he is on Prize Picks, but I can take a look at Najee Harris receiving yards. I don't know that he's even it's even got an edge for us, but let's see. Yeah, so no edge there on Najee. I mean, it's showing that sports books are projecting him right at 10.5, right where the line is. So there's no edge there. So that's why it's not popping up for us. So we are going to go to, we're going to go to not the Prize Picks Proptimizer, but we're just going to go to the regular one with the top props on the books and pull up, see if we can get some underdog going. So top props, NFL. There we go. So Russ, yeah, under passing yards is the top one. Danny Dimes over 188 passing yards is the next one. And then Darnell Washington. So we've played these plays already today, except we have not played the Danny Dimes one over 188. And that's just because I think he's going to have trouble tonight, you know? I think he's going to have trouble. But if we could get, if you could get Najee over 8.5 yards, that's where you get the edge, right? So let's go ahead. What were we looking at? We were looking at, so he's at 8.5 on underdog. Did I miss it? I don't see him at all on underdog. I'll refresh, but I don't see the receiving yards for Najee at all. Oh, yeah, I refreshed. Cool. That's a good prop then, right? So that's why we didn't take him on Prize Picks. There was no edge. But yeah, if we can get him at 8.5 here, that's a good edge because we're projecting him at 10.5 on the sports books. And the Sharp app is projecting him actually at like 12. So we will roll with that. Cool. Thank you, guys. See, we can always help each other. Love it. I love it when it's interactive. It makes it better. You know, I don't see everything. Appreciate it. Cool. So we got that, and then got 10 minutes here, 9 minutes. The other one we were looking at, I wanted to look at was Daniel Jones. He has been over on passing yards in the first quarter. So let's see what he's got. 37.5. Prize Picks had him at, let me see. I'm just pulling that up. Prize Picks had him at 36.5. So it would have been better to take that on Prize Picks if we could. So I don't know. I'm not going to take him here. And I also said he's going to have trouble, right? So if anything, I would take the under. But if you multiply that out, right, that's still only 37.5 yards, say 37. That's only like 150 yards. So he should be able to get that, right? Longest rush 10.5. That's nerfed right here. What else? What else? Watt sacks. I'm guessing that I could type it in, but I'm guessing we'll see what the number is. Yeah, I'm guessing it's nerfed is what I was going to say. So no, I'm not really interested in that. I don't really like it when they take away our multipliers. It doesn't give us a positive EV, because let's say then it doesn't happen, and even if it does, we're not even getting a full multiplier, right? So not in love with that one. Let's take a look at Malik Neighbors here. What does he got? It's 11 targets, 12.35 fantasy points. What are his first half props? They don't. Oh, 33.5. So he's projected for 33.5 first half, which is, if you multiply that out times 2, that's 66. So you would think it would be under, right? It's tough to take an under on Malik Neighbors, but that's going to be their game plan, right? What do you guys think about that? Do we take an under on Malik Neighbors? Is that crazy? Or do we take an under on fantasy points? Let's see what you guys say. Najee, no. Underdog, how about Watt sacks? No. I'm thinking under on Malik Neighbors tonight. He's gonna. I mean, they're gonna be on this. This guy's elite though, is the problem. But okay, he's got 68.5. I was seeing 59, but the regular line is 68.5. So the first half one, there's no value there. But under 12.35 fantasy points, that one looks tempting to me, right? That one looks tempting. Neighbors is scary though, man, for sure, for sure. I don't know. I'm tempted though. I'm like that meme with the, press the button, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. So we need 2 more picks, guys. 2 more picks. What do we got? Tyrone Tracy. I don't think we did Tyrone Tracy rushing yards. I'm taking a look at the Proptimizer, and it's showing him over 29.5. So let's see what he is on Underdog. Tyrone Tracy, because Singletary, yeah, let's take Tyrone Tracy over rush yards. It seems like he's going to eat into those carries. I mean, Singletary's a little bit older. He's not very explosive, Tyrone Tracy is more explosive. We do have an edge on the Proptimizer. I'll show you real quick because we only need 1 more pick after this. So Call of Duty ain't making you money, bro. You're way late tonight. All right, so we got where did he go? Tyrone Tracy right here. Wait, this shit is moving quick, man. Right here. Now it went down. Went down to not green. I like green at 54%. See how fast it moves? Dang. And Darnell Washington all the way up to 10.5 receiving yards. So, so do we just roll with Tyrone Tracy over? I don't know. We don't really have an edge now. Sports books are projecting him at 30, 29.5 for Tyrone Tracy is the line. Sports books at 30. Let's see. Did we come back up? Okay, we came back up. Now they're projecting him at 31. So you got to love the real time, man. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. So we click the button. We're going to take him. We're going to take him. All right, so we need 1 more. Yeah, this is going to be an ugly game for sure. So we need 1 more pick on Underdog to seal the deal here. So we got Najee over 8.5 receiving yards, Tyrone over 29.5 rushing yards, and then let's see what else we can do. Hey, I'll click under on fantasy points if I have to, right? I'll do it. I'll do it on Malik Neighbors. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I mean, we could do a 4-pick too. We could take under on his touchdowns and then take one more pick, but that just makes it harder when you have to pick a 4th pick, right? So, what do we think? What do we think? We took Slayton under fantasy points. We could take Wandale over fantasy points potentially. I think he's going to get some catches. So how many? I think it's reception is a half point. He's projected for 5. So that's 2.5 right there, right off the bat. And then he's projected for about 38 yards. That's another almost 4. So he's projected for about 6.5 points. I don't know. Not in love with it. Warren over rush and receiving yards. We took him under, you missed, but we took him under fantasy points. He was at 9, so I don't love him. Jones interception. I think that was I think Jones interception was is nerfed, isn't it? Do they even have that? Yeah, it is nerfed. It is nerfed. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Your pick's been in since this morning. Giants suck on the run, yeah. Najee's been getting the carries, though. We had just already taken that. So let's see. 12.5. We got 12.5 rushing yards. I think I'm going to take the over, guys, on 12.5 rushing yards in the first half because I think he's going to be on the run, honestly. And we got him at 25.5 for the game. So I do kind of like the 13 yards for Danny Dimes rushing. His job's on the line right now, right? So he's going to have to, and he doesn't want to turn the ball over. Everyone's projecting him. So this is going to be our 6 times play for the night. I'll shore up my bankroll or whatever. So we'll not that. No, we can't do that. So there we go. Lock it in. Najee over 8.5 receiving yards. Tyrone Tracy over 29.5 rushing yards. And then Danny Dimes over 12.5 first half rushing yards. Cool. All right, we got it. We got it in. Let's make this 5 streams in a row, baby. 5 streams in a row. Let's make it a winner. Good luck, everyone. Hit us up in the free Discord if you're not in there. And then, yeah, hit me up in our chat. All right, good luck, everyone. Hopefully tonight's better than it's supposed to be. Peace.